great, I thought to myself. Another fabulous day at a fabulous job where I love my fabulous boss who yells at me. Thinking back though, he was a good guy. We got along finally. It was just ironic. The thing that made us get along was the thing that almost killed us. It did, in a way. The day was how it usually is. Woke up, went to the gym, showered, jumped in my car, went to work. My boss was the usual guy, usual boss that sometimes had the power trip of his life. Except that was every day, and I was starting to get sick of it. Hell, a lot of the staff was too. Good guy, just outside of work. One of those people, you know. The shift came to an end, and like it usually did, came to start of his epic powers trip. It was like some type of roid rage that my cousin used to have. Anyways, the thing about this one was we heard yelling over his yelling, except this yelling was frantic and blood gargling and wasn't human. It sounded like an animal was getting their head ripped off, and the hairs on the back of my neck stood up, and it was just out of this world. It was something that you could only imagine in your nightmare or in a horror movie or some type of twisted urban legend. Everyone got quiet, real quiet. The atmosphere, the air got cold, and the room began to feel like if you're laying down and somebody was standing on your chest. It was so hard to breathe. And that wasn't even the worst part. We just remembered one of the staff members went to the washroom before then the shift ended. And no one has seen them. We all looked at each other, trying to remember who it was. All of a sudden, the body of the staff member went flying across the room. It was all mutilated, and face had a sketched-in smile where the lips would be. Whatever did this, it wasn't human. That was the scariest part of it all. What the hell would do this type of thing? They say sometimes you don't want to know the unknown. And my God, are they right. Because as soon as I saw what I saw, and it answered my question, I wish I never wondered what it was. Out of the shadow, a disfigured humanoid figure came to view. Its head stretched out like a piece of dough with a roller, and its eyes as bright and big as the moon. Its neck stretched out as if it was a slinky with a slight curve. Its arm, his left arm in particular, was skinny and mangled, had cuts up and down like it's been in fights. His bone structure looked like a malnutritioned skeleton frame. Had a thin layer of skin on it. If you could call it skin, it looked like it had a leather texture to it. And instead of standing straight, his whole body had a tilt to it. And his legs, stretched out like they were zombie legs, like they're stretched out like a piece of gum, getting big and then narrow in the middle, then big again. And it screamed, its blood gargling scream, it screamed again. We all froze in a panic. It stood there, eerily, waiting for us to move. We didn't dare move, because the last person that didn't fare so well. She ran for the door and the creature ran to her, grabbed her and ripped her in two. Guess you're gonna have to wait until the morning. And we did. We waited there for hours and hours, standing and still like statues. But when it should have been sunrise, it was still dark out. And we knew something was wrong. I guess I fell asleep because when I came to again, there were more dead bodies on the ground. I'm guessing they tried to make an escape, and I guess I fell asleep, and while I was unconscious, they tried to make an escape, and just like the woman before them, didn't fare so well. And I also noticed that the creature was gone. It was not where I last saw it. I stood there, petrified, not knowing if the creature was behind me or just out of my sight, waiting for me to move. I got thinking, what if it's like a T-Rex and it can't see you while you're standing still? You can only see motion. It gave me a sense of hope, but my boss was somewhat behind me, and I didn't know if I could move or not to see if he was there. But he was able to talk without moving his lips. I thought to myself, please say something. And sure enough, I guess he realized that I was awake now. And he did. And he said, "Hey, I don't think he's around here. Think we can run for it?" I don't know, man. I was thinking to myself, if he was around here though, you would have heard him speak. So I looked beside me. Sure enough, he wasn't there. Moved around some more. There was no movement anywhere I could see. Did the creature leave? I said to him. He looked at me and said, "I don't know. All I know is I shut my eyes. Heard screams, heard running. After that, I must have blacked out because, just like you, I woke up to a mess." I won't get into detail, but the bodies, didn't know their bodies beforehand. You couldn't tell they were. By now, it really should have been daylight. But there's no sun or light to be seen. Did we sleep through the day, I asked? He said, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. We both came to the conclusion that if whatever that thing was, it wasn't here anymore. But to be sure, we grabbed the knife. I grabbed the steak knife that was sharpened that day, and my golly, I would kill that thing in a heartbeat with it. He grabbed another knife, fillet knife. We walked out. Checked the bathroom. wasn't there. But that bathroom, my God, there was writing on it, and it said, "Look behind you." My heart dropped. But when I looked behind me, nothing was there. I'm guessing that whatever this was expecting us to move a lot sooner, and wasn't expecting such a big meal, so it left. We didn't want to wait and find out, so we quickly hurried out of the restaurant. On the news it said nothing, which to me and my boss, the only two survivors, were really confused. We kept it to ourselves, but the parents, the sisters, all the family members asked questions. We said we'd give them answers because we had video surveillance, but we pleaded to them not to go to the feds. A year has passed since this incident. It's anniversary. I just hope it doesn't start again. So I hope you guys liked the video. I didn't write a script for it. I just felt really inspired and kind of thought about the idea when I was at work on Sunday and kind of ran through the beginning of it, and then from there today I just kind of followed through and thought about it in between takes, and I actually like how it turned out. So I might do this from time to time just to get out a video if I like how it turns out. It probably took me about the same amount of time, including the writing process. So I hope you guys liked the video, and have a good one.